Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, welcome back. I was supposed to be playing either Dead Space or Persona 4 Golden or Dragon Age Inquisition or something. But instead, what we're going to do is talk about this DC Studios, whatever you want to call it, that James Gunn has, Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. I watched a little bit of it. Um, I am not excited about it, just so you are clear. But I also want to wait and see and hear more, right? Because I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched parts of it, right? If you didn't know, I'm a huge DC fan. I'm a huge comic book fan. You can't see it, but I have like a bunch of comic books. But if you like zoom in on the wall behind me, you see like my Marvel and Avengers, my Marvel stuff, my Avengers stuff, and my DC stuff over there, right? You can see like, hold on, this way. Yeah, you see it. You see it. Anyway, I was not happy. I enjoyed the Snyderverse. First of all, just want to throw that out there. If this is the reason for you to not watch this video, deuces. Uh, but I am excited for some of the stuff like Blue Beetle. I love Blue Beetle. I don't know which version of Blue Beetle we getting, but I love Blue Beetle. Also, I'm super excited about Books to Go. We're gonna get into all that while I watch the video. Um, I'm gonna be pausing this and talking about a lot of stuff. This might be a little decently long. Let's talk about the video. So let's talk about it, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Buddy, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So
Co-CEO.
as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's
So that also is not true. When he says DC has been disconnected from film and studios for a long time, during the Arrowverse crossover, DC actually combined all of their shows, including the HBO shows, into one universe. Um, that's exactly what happened. They showed every show they had and they combined it into one, including Titans, Doom Patrol. Well, Doom Patrol and Titans also or connected anyway. Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning, all of them all became on one Earth, Earth Prime. That was a thing that was canon and happened. It's just a lot of other stuff didn't get connected, and that's what he's talking about.
one of our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the
See, that's going to be
characters
the
are
problem with
consistent,
gaming.
played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like
So that's another thing. If you're gonna connect it with gaming, the person who's played the voice of the Joker and Batman for an animated series and in games as long as it's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. And rest in peace, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. He definitely ain't doing it no more. So we about to have a new line. So is Suicide Squad game not a part of this reboot they doing?
Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds outside of
Teen
the
Titans Go
mainstream
is DC
MCU
Elseworlds.
continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the
Okay, they should. This is my. I have a whole issue with the Flash, separate of the reboot because they're gonna reboot everything due to the Flash running into the Speed Force and doing stuff and meeting all characters, previous and future, and what if and all that stuff. Because the catalyst for it was the Snyderverse stuff, right? Okay. Um, Shazam is his own, which is that's fine. I understand that like this Shazam is probably the last one having to do with these characters, which makes me wonder: are they going to put just Elseworld and cover every comic book because all of the DCU movies have comic books. So again, like, y'all go ahead and correct me down in the comments if you want to, but I'm hella sure on that.
The entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a
Oh,
fantastic
Blue Beetle.
film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now.
So the reboot happens with Flash, but we still have Aquaman 2. The reboot's going to happen, and Aquaman 2 is still there. So we still got Jason Momoa's Aquaman. That doesn't make sense. Makes zero sense. I thought they got rid of that, but I guess he didn't. That doesn't make sense to me. So the reboot's going to happen with the Flash, and we still keep Jason Momoa as Aquaman, but we don't get Henry Cavill as Superman or Ben Affleck as Batman or Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, which is weird, especially with Blue Beetle being a thing. So reboot with Flash, Ezra Miller, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, and then everything else.
Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of
8 to
what
10.
DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now,
That's where we are right now.
Is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes.
Now, if you look here, it's a couple people from Suicide Squad, because you see the Weasel, and you see a couple people from Doom Patrol. Creature Commandos, it's an animation series, so they combine the animation and live action into stuff. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this.
So something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
So yeah.
The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to keep...
So they keeping Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, which is crazy. Fun fact, the original voice for Amanda Waller was Oprah Winfrey. She's more Amanda Waller now than she was before. So this is going to be, she's getting her own TV series.
Team up with members of Team Peacemaker.
So there's going to be some Peacemaker in there.
Created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next...
So July 11th, 2025 is when we get Superman. I don't know. There is no timeline order for these as far as I can tell. I know I want there to be one. Because...
thing is a big premiere
I don't know.
television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple...
This is shit I want right here. Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart? Oh, I want this so bad. I can taste it. Why is John the yellow?
Couple of Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. And we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial...
Bet you got Garner in there.
...show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops.
Buddy cop show.
Over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any...
They are the humans. of DC.
superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island.
This is something I'm kind of looking forward to. It's Paradise Lost, a TV series about Themyscira. I'm really curious because men aren't allowed on Themyscira, and all the women on Themyscira. I mean, it's who we about to hear about complain about this? I'm waiting on it because y'all know it's coming. I know it's coming. Who we gonna hear complain about this? Because there are no men on this island.
Usually known as Themyscira,
Take that back. There's one man on this island.
which is the birthplace of
Wonder Woman.
It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries.
That says a lot about James Gunn as a person. Damian Wayne, Brave and the Bold for a Batman film. I'm really curious on who they're gonna get to play Damian Wayne. As we all know, Damian Wayne is a little asshole who constantly. If you haven't seen the Injustice movie, definitely recommend it. If you like Damian Wayne, if you haven't seen the Super Sons, it's also on HBO. I suggest that as well. Hey, y'all, I don't know. Hey, if y'all know somebody who worked for DC, tell them to come hit me up, hit my lineup. You know, my email is out there. I'll put it out there. You know, they can come sponsor your boy, and I can come talk about this. They can pay me to do it. But Brave and the Bold is the golden age stuff. So for it to involve Damian is crazy. Especially because Damian is a really disrespectful, rude ass little boy who constantly tried to kill his father. He starts to get more and more after some stuff happens after he meets his siblings. So I'm really curious on how this is going to turn out and who they're going to get to play Batman. I'm also curious who going to get to play Superman.
To get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero.
So we are clear, Booster Gold was not a loser, he was a janitor. Don't call him a man a loser. But I will say this, if you are a content creator, this is the person you want to try to apply for. If you got like acting in your background, Booster Gold doesn't necessarily have to be a male. He can be a female. He can be non-binary. He can be genderless. Booster Gold is an influencer. That's what he does. That's his job. He's a hero that's an influencer from the future whose job was legitly, he was a liar. He was a janitor who was like, yeah, I came from the future. I did all this great stuff. And it was time to prove himself. He barely was able to do it every time he did it. So, content creators, y'all see this opening the cast call? Or if you know somebody who you think you want to play this, I'm thinking, a lot of people say Chris Pratt should play Booster Gold. Like Chris Pratt playing Booster Gold, that makes a lot of sense. What's the old dude from Kick-Ass? That's why I think should play him. He's in Kick-Ass, he's in Bullet Train. As y'all can see, I forget actors' names a lot when I'm talking to y'all. But that's why I think should play him.
So that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
I hope this comes out before Superman.
Is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents. Where Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark.
So they bring it back, Swamp Thing. If y'all know, Swamp Thing had a show. Before the show had the first episode out, it was canceled. Before the first episode got to finish, the season was canceled. But he had like a big comeback when Injustice came out. His comic books came out. He had another character. He finally got replaced in the comic books. He went from regular Joe to a detective. They showed the weird Swamp Thing sex scene in the show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think it's on HBO. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look up Swamp Thing sex. Do not do it. Trust me.
Horror story and the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those
It
are
makes
the
sense.
stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was
So that's cool and it's important. Unless you doing Guardians of the Galaxy or Black Widow. But this lineup looks very good. I am very excited for it. So let's go back over it. We got Creature Commandos, Swamp Thing, Lanterns, Booster Gold, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Paradise Lost, Waller, The Authority, Batman, Brave and the Bold, Superman Legacy. I want it to come out in a specific way. I want Waller to come out first. And then Paradise Lost. I also want Supergirl to come out before Superman because she left Krypton first. I want Superman and Batman to come out in the same year. Same thing for I want Booster Gold and Swamp Thing to come out in the same year. Authority and Creature Commandos also come out in the same year. If you can get Creature Commandos, Authority, and the Lanterns all in the same year. But these movies and shows are going to switch. From what he said, a lot of these shows are going to switch from animation to live action. So the voice actors who play them will play them in their live action form, which is cool. That is super dope. I'm really interested to see who he gets to play when it comes to these characters because I'm curious, bro. I'm curious. So y'all tell me who y'all think, or fan cast, who y'all want to play some of these characters. Because I have Booster Gold, I'm cool with Chris Pratt. But for Jon Stewart, I have one person in mind. That's my bad, hit the mic. I have one person in mind for Jon Stewart. I want, what's homie's name from The Matrix Resurrection, who played, I guess, New Morpheus. I don't know. I haven't seen the New Matrix movie. But I want him to play Jon Stewart. I'm really curious about that because there's a universe where Jon Stewart, his brother-in-law, is Black Lightning. So it's a lot to go on here. They got, it's just his story. This is chapter 1. This isn't even all of chapter 1. This is part 1 of many in chapter 1. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. Y'all in the comments, let me know who y'all want to see. What y'all looking forward to the most. And, I'm going to catch up with y'all. I'm trying to get a video out soon to be playing some type of game. I've been doing a lot of Let's Talk About. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Y'all might see another one about some anime soon. So, and don't forget, hey, you ain't got nothing to do. You sitting on the toilet scrolling, watching this, go down in the description and go follow my TikTok. Or watch me make some hot takes and piss people off and say something funny every once in a while. Until the next one, y'all, I appreciate y'all. And again, I will see y'all in the next one. Until then, latest.